Good afternoon, gang. Good evening, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome back to this week's Bitcoin update. First and foremost, remember, nothing discussed today is financial advice. It's just for educational purposes only, and it's my view of the markets. Now that's out of the way, let's jump into the Bitcoin chart, shall we? And go through some zero bullshit here and what you guys are here for. Before we get into that, do me a favour, guys. If you enjoy the free content, go down below, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. So, the top range has broken. Okay, you guys know this. We've been looking at this top range for a long time now. And we've finally broken this range to the downside. Okay, and as you've probably seen, if you are watching other YouTubers, especially influencers or crypto Twitter, you'll see that every man and his dog is now absolutely shitting their pants because price is breaking down and break out. So, you know, if you want to pay your respects to the fallen influencers and their poor followers, leave an F down in the comments below and pay your respects. Now, we got that out of the way. What's going to happen next? Okay, I'm not going to run through the trades that we've had in the group this week. If you really want to see the trades that we've had in the group, I've pretty much posted them all over Twitter. Link for our Twitter page is down below. Now, we're going to stick on the daily time frame for now, and we're going to talk about trend first. Okay, we're going to talk about trend. So this is an important thing. The trend, obviously, since back in November 2022, has been up. Okay, the high time frame trend is up. The weekly trend is up. The monthly trend is up. Everything on the high time frame is still in an uptrend. Okay, so as much as this could start breaking down further, and it could. Nobody knows if it's going to or not, let's be honest. Nobody's got a crystal ball. Anyone that tells you that they know what's going to happen next is talking out of their arsehole. Okay? But high time frame trend is still up. Now, the daily is the only one that we can start to question. Now, why do I say that? Well, effectively, this range low, and the reason why it was the key range low for us, was this pivot here marks daily trend. Okay? As it stands right now, the daily trend is in question. If you want to get really technical and go into textbook style things, the daily trend has broken down. However, for me, this is not game over because we see this kind of price action in up markets quite often. Okay, you will have a range like this. Okay, in fact, we'll even use the range highs just to make it really obvious. Okay, so you'll see something like this. So price comes up, comes down, bounces around, range high, then comes down, then sweeps range low. And all it's doing is grabbing liquidity. Okay, so anyone that's been longing degenerately in the middle of all this, or even legitimate trades at the bottom of the range, have all got the stop losses in the same place. So if you're long down here, well, in fact, anyone that's longed within this, all your stop losses are below those lows, let's be honest, because you've got a key low here, you've got a key low here, so everyone's using the same place. And what happens? Price blasts through, runs all the stops, big liquidity grab. It's not the evil market makers before, you know, you start thinking like that, because it's just not how markets work, okay? If you really want to understand that, look up what the actual job of a market maker is. Anyway, come down here, grab the liquidity, and we just then break out to the upside and continue with the trend, because the overall trend remains, even though technically that did break daily trend, okay? And this happens time and time again. You'll see this, especially on low liquidity shitcoins as well. You'll see it, apart from it look a little bit more extreme. Now, saying that, does that mean that this is going to come up and reclaim and then that's it, we're off up to the moon time? No, it doesn't. Okay, it means that we've broken range lows and now we've got a couple of options. Okay, so for me, this isn't a short opportunity. Okay, I'm still holding a short from up here, and I'm still holding a short from up here, and I'm still holding a short roughly from around here. Okay, I did, as you'll have seen on Twitter, take a long at the range low. Okay, we've got a small bounce, take profit one, the rest got stopped out. So down here is not for shorting. Okay, range highs is for shorting. Range lows is for considering, do you have a long trigger? So what would that look like? If we can reclaim range low and lower term time frame, again, well, I'm looking on a daily here, lower term time frame, something like a 4 hour, can start to change structure. Okay, start to change structure back within this range, then we potentially can continue trading the range. Okay, But don't forget, you need to see a sign of strength, okay? It's not just a case of a little wick of a candle comes back in here like it did last night on FOMC, and every man and his dog chased that dildo and then got destroyed as price fully retraced on them, okay? I want to see some structure broken in here. I want to see price get back into this, and then I want to see bears trying to short the hell out of this, but get zero follow through, and then I know that I can take a long trigger. How am I going to know that that's going to happen? Well, once again, the order flow is going to tell me, because I'm going to see CVD divergences, okay? Or I'm going to see a load of bulls getting involved and price does move up, okay? Always ask yourself, what's the market trying to do? What are the market participants trying to do? And the second question, are they doing a good job, okay? So if the bulls are trying to push up and they're doing a good job, it will continue moving up. That's a sign of strength. If the bulls are trying to push price up via market orders, but it's not moving anywhere, that means you've got some bigger limit sells orders above you that are waiting just to fill their bags with all your longs, and then they can push price back down. Okay, once again, it's not the scary market makers like people make out. So this is the option for down here. Either A, we reclaim back into here for a long trigger, or we sit back and wait patiently. That's simple. That's simple. If we do get back in here, once again, we do what we always do. Let's get a volume profile on. There you go. Key areas to watch. If you get back up here, do we get acceptance back into value area low? If we get acceptance back into value area low, looking for EQ / point of control. If we can flip EQ / point of control, looking up towards value area high. If we can flip value area high, looking for range highs. Okay, this is a big range. Okay, this is a big range for trading. 25% range. Okay, stemming from 59k to 74k. It's a big range. There are so many opportunities within this. Do you have to catch a whole move that covers the whole span? No, you don't. Okay, because there's levels in between that you've got to pay attention to. There's more levels on top of this. I'm just making it nice and simple for YouTube. Okay, now what happens if we start to roll over? Apologies, I had to mute you while I coughed my guts up. Lovely. Right, if we start going lower, well, what we're going to do is once again make it really simple. Okay, we're going to take the low down here. In fact, should we do that low? Yeah, we'll do that low. We're going to take the low down here, volume profile, fixed range volume profile tool, and we're going to go up to the current all-time high. And we're going to look to see where the volume is. Okay, because that's all we're interested in. I'm not interested in order blocks. I'm not interested in value gaps and all that crap. I'm interested where's the volume. Because the volume, if anything, is going to be the thing that slows price down and potentially makes it reverse. Okay, which is why we've stopped where we've stopped. Look, there's a small amount of volume. This is why we've stopped where we've stopped. Now, if we continue lower, okay, this value area high, I'm not really interested in. I'll be honest, it's in a very thin move here. It's in a very thin move. And if we start losing this range that we're currently in, then I'm fully expecting us to come down lower. Okay, does it have to come down lower? No, it doesn't. It could reverse at any place on the chart. But I'm just saying the most highly probable areas where we are going to see a reaction. So the next one obviously comes in around 51, 52k for easy numbers. Well, in fact, let's make it even easier. Let's do 50k to 53k. Okay, this area here. Why? Because there's a high volume node. So we know that there was a lot of volume within this range that then led to the breakup. Okay, so naturally, if we do come back into it, we can look for price, hopefully, to slow down within this. And then we get the question, do we A, form a range? In that case, along the lows, short the highs, offside range. Or do we start to see some structure shift back to the upside, start to show some strength? Then great, there's a long opportunity. If we get the long opportunity, what happens back at these range lows again? Do we get acceptance back in? Great, happy days. Or do we get a rejection and we'll come down lower? Great, happy days. I really don't care which way price goes. That's one thing that you've got to understand about me is I'm a trader. I have no love for an asset. Okay, price goes up, I'll make money on longs. Price goes down, I'll make money on shorts. I don't care which way it goes. Okay, once you have that mentality, it makes you trading a hell of a lot easier. Now, if this region fails to hold, then it doesn't really take a rocket scientist to figure out where I'm looking for next. Well, where's the next high volume? What's your point of control down here? Okay, so then all we're doing is looking to come back into this range here. come back into this range, show me some strength, great, happy days, I've got a long. Show me nothing, let it roll over, okay? Either way, back in this area, I'd just be looking for another range to form. And the beauty of the range trading is, come back in here, then we've just got a range to trade until eventually one side gives way. One side will give way eventually, but we don't know which way it's going to give, which is why we short the highs, we long the lows. Okay, we take profits along the way, and if this one then breaks out to the upside, great, you've still got a little bit left in this trade here, and you can let it run. Okay, and yeah, your short then gets stopped out. Not a problem. That's what we're looking for, okay? So, recap really quickly. Acceptance back into here, we continue trading this range. Rejection here, I'm looking for first and foremost 50 to 53. Lose that, then back towards this range here. Okay, start going lower than that, then that's a completely different story. All right, hopefully you've learned something. If you have, hit that like. And until next time, gang, as you were, bye-bye.